everybody, happy Homebrew Wednesday. It's Brad here at Wild Boys Brewery. Got a short update this week, pretty much as usual. What I got going on today is I'm racking my raspberry blonde over into the keg. And while I talk with you, I'm going to enjoy Victory Dirt Wolf, one of my favorites. Highly underrated beer, I feel like, but one that I enjoy very much nonetheless. Super clear, very light, not quite a finger ahead on it. This one's clocked in at about 8%, I think. 8.7, so it's almost 9. This one is good until, it says enjoy by October. So that's a couple months out. If you're a hophead, check out Victory Dirt Wolf. I think you enjoy it. Very nice. What I just did was racked over the raspberry beer. There's the hydrometer sample. You can see it is pink, purple, whatever color you want to call it, kind of a pinkish purple color. I checked the gravity on it 2 weeks ago and it was about 1014. Decided to just let it go a little bit longer, and I dropped down 1 point, so it's 1013 now. It's sitting right on 1012, but the temperature on this thing is room temperature, about 70 degrees, so it's bump it up a point. So 1013, dropped 1 point, 1/10 of a point, 1/100th of the point, whatever the fuck it is. So this is going to be a real nice, easy drinker, summer beer. I need to go back and look at my notes. I'm trying to remember what the original gravity was. And I know adding the fruit to it dropped it down a little bit because the bricks on the fruit's probably lower than what it was for the beer. I didn't even check it. This is a beer that I've done before, but last time I did it with blackberry. I was real happy with the way it turned out. I decided to do some extra additions to that beer and ruined it. So it's like the only keg of beer I've ever dumped. I used some cocoa nibs from off of online. I got it at Vitacost, and they just tasted absolutely terrible, and they ruined that beer. Wish I'd have left it alone. It's took me a little over a year to revisit the recipe because just had other stuff I wanted to brew, and that one just got kind of bumped to the back. Been trying the Founders Rubaeus and really like that one. That one's tart, got a lot of raspberry. It seems to be a little more tart than mine's going to finish out at. I only did one raspberry infusion. They do multiple raspberry infusions throughout the fermentation process. Rubaeus is kind of like a mild sour beer with no funk. And by no funk, if you're not into sour beers, basically what that means is there's no bread in it. And as far as that goes, there's no lacto or pedio in Rubaeus either. It's just getting the tartness from the fruit, the raspberries, which if you wanted to try to get into sour beers, that would be a great one to try, even though it's not technically a sour beer. It would kind of get your foot in the door on something real mild, see whether you liked it or not. And then the sky's the limit from there. Sour, funky beers are all over the place on the level of tartness. How much funk, how much lacto and pedio sourness and tartness they have, it just all depends on what's been put in it. Whole new world of beer. If you're not familiar with it, then definitely do some reading up on it, and check out Rubaeus if it's in your area. That'll kind of give you an idea of you might like sour beers or not. If you like fruit beers, definitely check it out, but I'll go ahead and warn you, it is pretty tart. But I've been enjoying that, and I'm kind of thinking mine's going to be very similar to that, just from the gravity sample I took last time. Mine is a little more, less tart with a little more beer profile to it, but they're very similar. And I kind of made this beer for my girlfriend so she'd have something to drink. She's not a big fan of the 100-some IBU, IPA, double IPAs, black IPAs, the stuff I like drinking, so I had to make something a little more mild. And I also got a wheat beer that's going into its second week of fermentation now, I think, or beginning of the third week. Made that one kind of a hop bomb, but it's all a big hop stand and some dry hopping that I've got yet to do. I don't have anything to show on that because I'm not going to probably dry hop it till next week maybe. I got to look at my notes and see where it's at. I think it's just going into its second week, and I'm going to let it go 3 weeks in primary, rack it to secondary, hit it with a big dry hop, and then keg it. So that'll be kegged up probably the end of, not maybe next Homebrew Wednesday or the one after that. I'm not sure. We'll see. Purple beer or pink beer. Alright, looks like we are running really clear. Racking over into the kegola here. This is the raspberry blonde, and it did drop a little bit. I don't know if I can get this around here where you can see it or not. These things never stop where you can read the damn things. It was like 10-14 last week, and I let it go for another week. Apparently it's going to have pretty good glass lacing because it sure is lacing on the side of the hydrometer beaker here. And looks like it's dropped on down to about 10-12 with the 10-13 with the temperature correction. It's sitting right on the 10-12 mark, and it's about 70 degrees, so it's probably about 10-13. It did drop down a little bit. It was at 10-14, now it's at like 10-13. I'm going to go ahead and keg it, put it in the keezer, and get it carbon up. It was drinking real nice. Had just about the right amount of sweetness left and a nice bit of raspberry tartness. That's pretty much it this week. The Belgian wit's still going. Haven't brewed in the last 2 weeks, so there's nothing to talk about. So on that note, we will wrap it up. Keep it short. Happy Homebrew Wednesday and cheers. Delicious.